friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back for another buy this, not that, where I put up two of my favorite products head to head, let you know my thoughts, which one I like just a little bit more and which ones I recommend to you guys. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about some of my favorite products and which ones I would recommend, then let's go ahead and get started. I have gone ahead and done another one of these sort of videos in the past, and it seemed to go over pretty well on my channel. You guys seem to enjoy watching it, and I thoroughly enjoyed filming that video for you guys. If you missed it, I put it up about a month ago or so. I can have linked in the eye and down below in case you did miss it and you do want to check it out and hear other products that I've talked about. But I just want to preface this video by saying that I love all of these products except for one. I'll explain that one when I get to that pairing, but I love all of these products. I highly recommend all of these products, but I just kind of want to break them down, put them head to head, kind of like a beauty battle by Samantha March or a buy this not that from Kelly Gooch. I got this idea from their lovely channels. The first grouping, the first pair I'm going to put up against each other are BK Beauty brushes versus Refer brushes. Okay, I love, as you can tell, they're all dirty. I love both of these sets of brushes. Both of them are phenomenal brushes. First, we have BK Beauty. This brand was started by Lisa J Makeup here on YouTube. I think it's really cool that you're supporting a fellow YouTuber when you purchase from this brand. These brushes are so soft. They blend out eyeshadow like a dream. I love the different shapes she chose. This one is a little bit bigger of a blending brush. This is the 201. Then we have these two that are pretty similar to each other. They're just like a little bit different sizes. This one's the 203 and the 206. This is really great for packing on any sort of shadow and putting it up into the crease. And then we have this fluffy guy right here, which is the 202. A full set of these will put you back $195. However, with that, that is like a full face set where you're getting 10 brushes. I think you get like 5 face brushes and 5 eye brushes. So when you break it down like that, that's really not a terrible price point. And a lot of influencers also have codes with BK Beauty to where you get money off. I myself have one. It's Emily's Makeup and it'll get you 10% off. I believe it's non-affiliated though, so it'll just get you money off if you use that code. So feel free to use it if you want. I'll have it in the description box below. Again, I don't think it's affiliated, but overall these brushes are absolutely amazing. But then we have Refer brushes, which are honestly equally as amazing. I love these brushes just as much. Again, they're really unique shapes in my collection. We have these two right here that are a little bit more fluffy of blending brushes. This one is the 15 and the 16. They just put shadow into your crease so nicely. They diffuse it so nicely. And we have the 01 right here, which is a little bit flatter, again, where you can pack it on and put it up into your crease. And then lastly, we have the 14, which is just a really tiny sort of blending brush. It's really great for detailed work. I have other brushes in both Refer and BK Beauty. I just want to let you know I have other eye brushes and face brushes from both the brands, but I just wanted to pull out and talk about a few of their brushes. What's really cool about Refer is they have something called their concept store. So a full set of Refer brushes, kind of like BK Beauty, where you get a couple eye brushes, a couple face brushes. It's gonna run you $139. You do get 9 brushes versus 10, but you are spending less money on the Refer brushes. But again, they have something called their concept store, which is cool because they sell their brushes at like a discounted price. I believe that set retails for like $300 and something, but in the concept store it's $139, and that way you can try out the brushes, and then I believe after 30 or 45 days they send you an email and they ask for your feedback, which I think is so cool. I wish more brands did that. They are truly listening to their consumers and wanting feedback from us and letting us have the opportunity to let them know what we like or maybe dislike about the brushes, which overall, I just think that's such a cool idea. Also, I do want to let you know that I did go ahead and buy brushes from both brands, and then both brands did reach out to me after seeing me talk about them on my social media and sent me more brushes. So both brands are really awesome and sweet and kind and giving and caring, and I honestly love both of these types of brushes. I don't think that you could go wrong trying either one, but if I had to choose based off of what I use the most, I would have to go with BK Beauty brushes, only because I feel like I reach for these more than my Refer. like slightly. Honestly, I reach for both of them all the time, but these are slightly softer. I feel like they feel a tiny bit better in my hands. The handles of them are just a little bit thicker, so they just feel a little bit more substantial when I'm blending my eyeshadow. These are very nitpicky things. Obviously, both brushes are amazing, but I feel like if you had your eye on anything, I would maybe go with BK Beauty, but also Refer is amazing too. But if I had to choose, I would go with BK Beauty. All right, next up we have a couple bronzers to put against each other. And the first one is the Maybelline City Bronzer versus the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. So the Maybelline City Bronzer retails for $10. You can get it from Ulta, you can get it from Walmart, Target. It's all over the place. You can get it pretty much anywhere, and it comes in 3 different shades. This one is the lightest one. It's in the shade 100. I have gone through one whole of these before and completely used it up and repurchased it. It is the bronzer that I have on my face today. I just think it's a really lovely bronzer. It goes on so nice. It doesn't get patchy. I can never really go overboard with it. Like, it's pigmented. It shows up when you apply it. I don't want you to think that it won't show up. But I feel like with this bronzer, I can't go overboard, which I tend to do that a lot, but I can just really buff it on and keep applying it, and it just looks beautiful. It doesn't fade throughout the day. Again, it doesn't get patchy. It blends into the skin. This is such an amazing bronzer. Then the e.l.f. one, this is in the shade Forever Sunkiss. This retails for $6, so it is a little bit more affordable. However, I have a couple bones to pick with this e.l.f. one. It is available at Ulta, but I only see that it comes in one shade on the Ulta website, which is this one, the Forever Sunkiss, which is the lightest one. But I thought it came in 3 shades, but then I looked at the e.l.f. website, and while they list 3 shades like in a picture showing off all the different shades, when you go to like pick a shade to purchase, again, I only see Forever Sunkissed. So I'm not sure if I'm just missing the other 2 shades, if they're not available anymore. I really am not entirely sure what's going on with that. However, this one is also a very lovely bronzer. It is a little bit more pigmented than the Maybelline, so you have to go in with a little bit lighter of a hand, but because it's primer infused, it also lasts all day long. It does not budge, it does not fade, it wears beautifully, it blends into the skin nicely. I really don't enjoy that both of them only come in 3 shades. I wish they came in more. Maybelline and e.l.f. are huge brands that could definitely afford to have more shades available, and that would match more skin tones. But if I had to choose, if I absolutely had to choose between the 2 of them, I would 1,000,000% choose the Maybelline City Bronzer. When I used to work at Ulta, I recommended this to so many people. If they came in and needed a really nice bronzer recommendation, I would always tell them this one, regardless of their budget. Even if they were okay spending higher amounts of money and going to like the prestige side of Ulta, I still would recommend this bronzer to them because it's so stinking good. Again, both are lovely, both are beautiful, pigmented, go on the skin nicely, but this one just is special to me. I just love this bronzer so much. Next up, we have some setting powders to put up against each other. This one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder, and this one is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So the Laura Mercier is like a cult favorite. It has been around for so stinking long. So many people love it, rave about it, but honestly, for good reason. It is a really lovely powder. This retails for $39, and it comes in 3 different shades. You get 29 grams or 1 ounce of product. It has a 12-month shelf life. So this, like I said, is a very lovely powder. It's very nicely finely milled in the sense that it doesn't look chalky or cakey on your face. It really does set down your face beautifully. But this one can get a little bit drying on me if I'm not careful. If I put too much on or leave it on my skin without buffing it off too quickly, it can get a little bit drying on me. But like I said, it sets down your face so nicely. It makes your skin look pretty flawless and perfected. It lasts all day long. I don't get too shiny or oily or greasy with this at all. Like, this has been around for a while for good reason. Also, this is my second compact of it. And then we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder. So this retails for $38. So only $1 less. However, you are getting 25 grams or 0.9 ounces. So you are getting a little bit less product for that dollar difference. However, this one comes in 5 different shades, which I think is pretty amazing. I have the shade Vanilla, and again, this has a 12-month shelf life. Also, like the Laura Mercier, it's very finely milled, doesn't get like chalky or weird or bunchy on your face, sets down your makeup beautifully. I do not have another powder in my collection that makes my skin look as flawless as this one. If I am going in with a foundation that I maybe don't love very much, or it's looking just a little off on my skin, I can always count on this powder to set my face down without being too drying, but setting it down to where I don't feel oily or greasy. And it just makes my skin look poreless, flawless, smooth. I cannot rave about this powder enough. I feel like I talk about this quite often on my channel. I use it all the time. Again, I've gone through 2 compacts of this as well, or I'm on my second compact, kind of like the Laura Mercier. I will always, I feel like, repurchase this. Honestly, I feel like I'll repurchase either one of these for the rest of my life as long as they make them. They're both beautiful powders. But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know you're getting a little less product, but you also are saving $1. So there's that. But I just can't beat how this looks on my skin when I set my skin down with this. Again, just so smooth and flawless and not drying. I also love that it comes in 5 different shades, so it can match a ton of different skin tones, which I think is really cool and very inclusive. I feel like everyone hypes about the Laura Mercier powder and loves it and talks about it, and I don't think that this one gets as much love as it should. I don't ever really hear people talking about it or using it in videos. Even when it first launched a couple of years ago, because this has been out for a while, I didn't even hear it getting much hype back then either. So I think that's a bummer. I think this powder is absolutely stunning, and honestly, I feel like if I had to choose one loose powder out of all my loose powders ever, it would be this one. I just love it so much, and it makes my skin just look, oh, perfect. Alright, my last pair of products that I want to put up against each other are eyeshadow palettes. We got some affordable drugstore eyeshadow palettes here. The first one is the Catrice 5-in-a-Box mini eyeshadow palettes. And then we also have the Essence. This is just their 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. They're all named something different. So in the beginning of the video, when I was talking about how I love all of these products except for one, this is the one that I am talking about. So again, this is their 5-in-a-Box mini eyeshadow palette from Catrice. I have the shade Soft Rose Look. These retail for only $6, which is very nice and affordable, and it has 4 different color options. This is the only one that I personally own. The packaging reminds me a lot of Natasha Denona, and I actually was going to put them up against each other at first, the Catrice 5-pan versus the Natasha Denona little mini 5-pans, but the price difference of those is rather large. The Natasha Denona ones are $25, and also the quality is just night and day. Natasha Denona is way better. In Catrice's defense, though, I have only tried this colorway. Again, there are 3 other ones that I have not tried, and I've heard good things about these 5-pan eyeshadow palettes, which is why I picked one up when I did my full face of Catrice. I fully expected to love this eyeshadow palette, but I don't know, I just didn't think it had the quality that I wanted in an eyeshadow palette, even though it is only $6 and it's really affordable. These two like barely showed up on my eyes. Even this one that looks really deep in the pan, it really didn't show up on my eyes very well. And then the 2 shimmers are pretty, but they're just nothing special. And also you can only get this off Catrice's website. They are not sold at Ulta or any other retailer as of right now that I know of. They are sold on Amazon, I believe. I feel like every time I talk about Catrice, I talk about how you can only get them on their website, and then every single time someone in the comments on my videos will tell me that they're also available at Amazon. So that is a good thing. I'm glad that they are available on Amazon as well. And then we have the Essence. This is just their 6-pan palette. So I have 3 of them. The first one here is called Dancing Green. It's just a little monochromatic green sort of palette. Then we have Bronze This Way. Again, pretty monochromatic theme, nice and bronzy sort of warm shades. And then lastly, we have my Rose Will Go On. Again, monochromatic, rosy, light pinky kind of colors. So these retail for $3.99, so $2 cheaper than Essence, and you also are getting 6 pans, and they have 8 different options. I only have these 3 here, but there are 5 other ones to choose from in case none of these 3 strike your fancy. I love these, I really do. This one was a little bit of a disappointment to me, only because the tones in them are very light and there wasn't enough diversity, I feel like. However, when I put up my first impressions video on this, I can have that linked in the eye and down below in case you missed it. Quite a few people on the comments said that they enjoy that they would like that about this palette, that it's really light, monochromatic. It doesn't go too deep and dark or smoky or anything like that. Obviously, looking at it, I knew that purchasing it. But I just thought these 2 were too similar and these 2 were too similar to be in the palette. But a lot of people said that that's what they would enjoy about this palette. So you know your preferences more than me and what kind of eyeshadow palettes you enjoy. But for me, this one kind of missed the mark, but these 2 are absolutely stunning. I reach for them quite often, especially for work because they are so simple and easy. The quality is there. The mattes blend together beautifully. They do not get patchy. The shimmers are stunning. That's another thing. I feel like these shimmers in here weren't as poppy and punchy as the shimmers in these two. And these two shimmers are just beautiful. Like I would not expect eyeshadow formulation so good from palettes that are so affordable. So if you cannot tell from my descriptions, if I had to choose or recommend any of them to you, I would definitely choose the Essence. They are cheaper, they're more accessible. You can get them from Ulta or Essence website. There's more color stories to choose from. I think they are better quality. So I love these little palettes. Really, if you're looking for an affordable drugstore palette, you probably can't go wrong with either, but just personally from my experience, these ones are a lot better. And that was it, you guys. That was another Buy This, Not That, where I'm putting two of my favorite products up against each other and letting you know which one I prefer, which one I recommend to you guys. Let me know down below if you like these videos and you want me to keep doing them. I have other ones to include in future videos if you would like to see that, so definitely let me know. Also, let me know down below if you have tried any of these products that I talked about today and what your thoughts are. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.